The blind stares of a million pairs of eyes, looking hard but won't realize that they will never see the P.
That's right. That's right. You must be going blind. Talking about this shit, man. Penelope on the screen. This is what it looks like when Rock Bottom calls the cops, guys. We're outside a dingy Greensboro motel, rain pouring, like God's trying to wash away the sins. And there she is, Penelope, aka Renita Nicole White Collins. A cracked reflection of everything Greg swore he was trying to save. She's in cuffs, hair matted, eyes wild as fuck, waving her hands like she's trying to explain away a decade of damage. And who's she talking about? Not the dealer, not the dope. Is she talking about Greg? The guy behind the camera, the truth teller? The documentary Messiah? But here's the truth Greg never uploaded. The people he films, they don't just vanish. They break. They spiral out of control. And they talk to anyone who will listen. Tonight, that anyone was a police officer. This ain't no stage scene. This is real motel lot on a real rainy night. With the real woman finally saying something real. Hopefully. Allegedly. See, y'all been asking, where's Penelope? She was in all the thumbnails, all the titles, and then poof, gone like a fart in the wind. Now, we know why. The chaos never stopped. It just stopped being shown. And while Greg's over there queuing up new prostitutes and making money off slow-mo misery, the people he left behind, they're catching charges. They're crying to cops. They're spiraling in motel parking lots alone. So tonight, we're flipping the script. We're showing you the after story. Not the moment Greg chooses to record. I'm talking about the moment he hopes you, the viewer, the subscriber, never see. Because the truth ain't always pretty. Sometimes it's Penelope, handcuffed, heartbroken, and handing over every dirty secret in the rain. And guess what? Greg never told you because he never cared. He doesn't update. He uploads. He doesn't help. He harvests. But proV, he does the homework. I dig deep and I bring you the whole damn story. Welcome to the proV show. We don't film addicts for clout. We hold people accountable. Let's talk about what really happened to Penelope, aka Renita Nicole White Collins. Thank you everybody for joining me on this lovely evening. Let's dive deep into what's really going on, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone can join these. Once again, North Carolina Judicial Branch E-Courts portal we run into Two counties, Mecklenburg County, Guilford County. Let's hop into our first county. First appearance hearing, 8/22/25 at 1:30 p.m. Renita Nicole White.
Visualize what you can't see.
You can't see me.
And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, she's been busy almost every single month going to court. Council appointed public defender on June 18th, this past summer. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, she's been busy. That's why she hasn't been around Greg. Her next hearing is 8/22/25, August 22nd, 2025. First appearance hearing in Mecklenburg County, folks. All these hearings she's been going to, the bond was set. So, ladies and gentlemen, she's a free woman. And it all stems from a misdemeanor larceny, resisting a public defender, and a simple possession of drug paraphernalia. Mecklenburg County isn't that interesting. What's interesting, ladies and gentlemen, is the Guilford County disposition hearing, 8/26/25, folks. Let's dive in. Now, second-degree burglary, possession of stolen goods and property, and, of course, larceny after breaking and entering and resisting a public defender, or officer, I'm sorry. Possession of drug paraphernalia, and, of course, all these are wrapped into one case. That case number is right here, folks. If you can't see it, 24 CR 48167-400. Like I said, anybody can come here and look at this. It's public information. Now, defendant Renita Nicole White Collins, court-appointed public defender Eric Randall. Hamner, whatever. And it's the state versus, of course, you know who. Motion to continue. The most recent case events on July 15th, as you can see, all of these, there's a continuance. Of course it is. Of course there is. But what's most interesting, ladies and gentlemen, is all of these disposition hearings. They're just very interesting. Going back to, well, like I said, way back to December 2024, and it makes you wonder. She's been out, guys. She's been out on conditions of arrestable restrictions default, which means if she gets, I don't know, folks. I'm not going to pretend to know what that means, but I do know this. Penelope is out. And she's not talking to Greg. Isn't that kind of weird? Because I've got someone else that I was looking up, and her name was I do not recall her full name, but it is right here. Markeisha LaCindy Ray. Let me type that in, folks, because it's very interesting. Now, you saw what date that you saw the date that Penelope was going to her disposition. Disposition, deposition, who really gives a shit? You guys see it on paper. You guys see the paperwork. Now I'm going to show you what's really freaking interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I find interesting. She has a disposition hearing 8/26/25, the same day, in the same building, one door down from Penelope. Ladies and gentlemen, you all can see this. It's public information. Once again, this is all legit. You can see it. Disposition hearing, resource location, 8/26/25 at 8:15 a.m. Very, very fucking interesting, folks, to say the least. You guys see the information. You see the receipts. My name's proV. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. And one more thing, guys. Please subscribe. I'm on my way to 1,000. I'm at 726. Help a brother.